15 signs it's time to leave.
So I wanted to talk about this because, as we know, with the Christmas holidays and New Year's, there were a lot of engagements that happened. But to me, just as much people were considering whether or not they wanted to start the new year with the person.
The new boo?
Exactly. So they were figuring out if the person that they were currently with was the person for them, or whether or not they should be moving on.
And just for the sake of argument, who do you think the majority of those people were?
The women.
Exactly.
Because we said, fuck this. New year, new me. Your ass didn't propose. That's what happens, because that, you know what, that's what happens.
We have the most going on, but
no, there is a lot of FOMO that happens, right? Like there's fear of missing out, right?
Okay.
And so you see social media and you see all these people on social media and people are getting engaged and all of these amazing things are happening, and you're looking over your stank ass boyfriend you've probably been with for 2, 3, maybe 4 years, and you're like, the effort didn't propose. And so there's a lot of things that happen during the holiday season, and then you start reevaluating and going, is this where I want to be? Because here I am watching these happy women, and the women are like, oh, I said yes, she said yes, and all this shit, and you're sitting here looking stank-eye at the man that you're with, that you watch his dirty drawers, and not a proposal happen. That wasn't a personal rant, maybe it was.
It was a little bit, and that was some good material. Like, it's kind of a smoke show. If we would have did this show on Monday night, we always joking with her earlier. I was like, it might have been the last Fuck Your Feelings the show, to be honest. It was a little, we've not been seeing eye to eye in the typical manner that we do. And it's really been a lot about, I don't want to say nothing, because that's not it, but it's a lot of, I'm this way and you're not, and I'm better because I'm this way and you're not. And
so you're got two
people. No, sometimes you have both.
Oh, okay.
See, when it's really interesting is when the boyfriend is sitting back over there with this stank eye looking at you like, I don't know who she thinks she's playing with, or whatever he has going on. You know what I mean? So,
and we often don't think about your perspective as much as we think about our own.
Y'all don't think about our perspective.
That's not true. I think I tend to think about
you try. You try.
I do try.
The best that your feminine mind will allow you. But most of what you're worried about, thinking about what I'm worried about, is none of what I'm actually worried about. And that's where we're going to have so much fun tonight with these 15 reasons. Like, she was trying to tell me, like, yeah, we're going to be keeping it real, and and I'm like, yeah, because I know you sit up here thinking, I'm like, yeah, because when one of them 15 things apply to me, you're going to be ready to go, hey. I was like, yo, that knife cut both ways. So are you going to feel the same? You have that same energy if I got that smoke for you. Or when you're sitting there looking at him side eye, it's possible he's looking back at you side eye.
I think it's definitely possible.
If he's a certain type of dude. Now, some dudes are oblivious, or some dudes, as soon as they catch some side eye, they start breaking their neck trying to change it. And it's like, that's awesome. But usually when you hear women talk about that they had the guy that was like that, and then you'll be like, well, where is he? I left him. Oh, that's interesting.
You always feel like if you were a nicer guy,
No, I don't.
And I sometimes just wish you were just a nicer guy.
And that's where
I love
think
you
we've been trying
so
to
much.
be nicer
To each other. I'm not always nice.
No, that was a part of our understanding coming around, is that, look, man, and when you both have, when in a relationship can get into a spot sometimes where you're both sitting there like, I'm mad, and you're not listening to the other person. You're not trying to hear none of what they're saying because you feel like they're not listening to you. They're not hearing what you're saying.
Correct.
So the definition of that is a stalemate.
Correct.
And if you stay at that stalemate, it's almost oblivious. I mean, it's almost obvious what the end result is going to be. You're going to call the game.
Correct.
I can't win. You can't win. Correct. What are we doing?
And I want to win.
We both do.
I know. And my daddy used to say, rest in peace, Daddy, that one of the traits he loved and disliked about me at the same time was my stubbornness.
And I'm very stubborn as well.
Exactly. because you're a tourist.
So
as
if
well.
we both think the other person is wrong,
That's
we
it.
have a problem
No,
in our house.
I agree.
So that's where this comes from, and thank God, nobody's leaving or nothing like that. We managed to find our sense, and ultimately, we understand we're good for each other. She brings out a better version of me.
Well, you just need supervision.
Not just anybody. See, when I say that, I'm talking about a person that
I understand that it's me, but you
a person that brings
absolutely.
a positive coaching quality style, support, not someone, not just, you can't just plug anybody in that spot and think it's
Nobody
gonna work
wants this job.
like that. No.
Not really offering it.
I challenge people to try to take my job for 24 hours because I think they think that dealing with you is easy. See, that's the thing about
Crazy.
looking at other people's life, right? Like, you have no idea what's underneath and what people have to go through. And people are so quick to judge other people's circumstances, but you have no idea what people are dealing with once the cameras are off and it's time to go to bed.
Well, it's easy to sit there and look at somebody's job and say, I could do that. I mean, again, we have what's called armchair quarterbacks. Every Sunday in America, you got a bunch of out of shape, ain't never did nothing dudes screaming at finely tuned professional athletes about their performance.
That's correct.
That's what we do.
That is correct.
So why would the relationships be any different? And let's be honest, on average, all of us suck at relationships.
We all suck at
We all suck at it.
Because it's work.
It's work. We've not been raised to be able to
Coexist with other
to
people.
be able. The only expectations you should have in a relationship are shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things that I'm learning is that having expectations,
It's just
especially
gonna leave you.
when I expect people to be similar to me.
Oh my
And that's
God,
not,
that
I
is
actually do not want to
ridiculous,
be with
actually.
someone who's similar to me because they would drive me crazy because I drive myself crazy. However, I think we get into that, when you and I get into that, me being, it's because you're not like me. But the reason I'm with you is because you're not like me. But it just starts to irritate me when you're not like me.
I'm gonna be really honest. I will say something and then not do it and be like, yeah, I changed my mind. And
that bothers
that
me.
bothers the hell out of her because she doesn't. And again, I try not to do that about major life.
I said I was gonna pick you up from the airport and I changed my mind and I didn't show up.
But I get how much that irritates her because
I'm a rule follower
and I'm not.
I am I'm disciplined. If today I'm sick, it took me a while, but I still did everything on my to-do list. I still went to the gym. Now I pared my workout down. I still went for my walk. If I was in bed doing some of it, but when I had, because why? It was on my to-do list. And I knew I know you hate this word, but in my mind, it had to be done. I'm disciplined. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Because I don't feel as if I do it, I feel like you're weak-minded. I feel like people who do not stick to plans, they're weak-minded. But that's a me issue. It's not a him issue, but it irritates me when he says he's going to do something, and I'm tapping my legs when is this going to happen? Because you're not doing it.
Strive to do nothing.
Rob
We do everything that we do to get to the holy state of nothingness. That is our sin.
What do you gotta do?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The whole world is my question. We're different. And y'all love to have stuff to do. That's why I said
I
your boss
say
is
y'all.
a bitch.
I'll definitely
Women.
speak for me.
Your boss is a bitch.
I'll definitely speak for me.
There are some very lazy women. There was
A pic that was going viral, dudes having an apartment, they had a couch, a TV on the floor,
Sounds about right.
and
I've seen those.
we most of what we do is for y'all.
I've had to go in and guys that I was dating, I've had to clean their bathroom because it was that disgusting. I would not
We have
use
a
it.
personal
I
friend.
literally
Situation gets like that sometimes.
And
Even I be
I
like, oh my
Stop
God,
it.
you gotta do something about this. You got black mold up in
Yeah,
here.
I have cleaned people's bathrooms before I would use it. It was it's a no, sir. I cannot. This is a no. And guys should look out for that. If a woman comes to your house and cleans your bathroom, That's a good woman. Because
Or
I am not about to use
if you
no
go
dirty
to her
bathrooms.
house,
And her bathroom
and
is dirty.
No, there's clothes all over her bedroom.
And that's
she
dirty
got
to me.
a closet. She got a zip-up closet. She got like it's just clothes.
That's
everywhere.
dirty.
That is dirty. Yes, and it's disorganized.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And that's probably how she tends to move. Like I'm not. Let me excuse myself. My work is very organized. You know what I'm saying? So when I move outside of that space, because I come from sports and I like a certain amount of structure. Like again, the world just can't run around with no rules. But
Where's the
you
structure?
are regimented, like I said.
That's the word. I'm regimented.
Regimented. You will, like I said, if we were to go to Disney this weekend, she'd be like,
I would have an
okay.
itinerary.
She'd
Yes.
have an itinerary. We're going from 8 to 8:15. We're going to be from 8:50. But again, I come from where our practice schedule is. You know what I'm saying? There's certain aspects of me that
Yes,
I
it's
miss
important.
about that, so I can roll with that. And that's part of my goals in movement is to really rein in my personal life. You know what I mean? As far as just doing what I want to do, whenever I want to do it, how I want to do it. That's it's a challenge. But the point of it being is that, like I said, you are also in a place where you're like, I have to. And I'm like, who's your boss?
I am. However, things need to get done.
Exactly. You think she could give you a day off every
No.
once in a while?
I have things to do.
So we were talking about that. So while I need to tighten up, she needs to loosen the sticketh.